You've probably heard it 100 times. Move more, stay active, keep your body strong. But let's be honest, when you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, those words hit differently. It's not just about motivation anymore. Your body behaves in new ways. Maybe your energy isn't as steady, your joints feel tighter, your balance feels off, or your blood pressure reads higher than it used to. You've seen your list of medications grow longer, and quietly, you might have wondered, what can I actually do that helps me stay steady, strong, and safe without hurting myself? You don't need to join a gym. You don't need to jog through the neighborhood. And you certainly don't need to follow fitness routines made for 20-somethings. What your body needs right now is something designed for you, something simple, safe, and smart. Movements that strengthen your heart, ease your blood pressure, and rebuild your confidence one step at a time. And yes, all of that is still within reach. There are very specific kinds of movements that doctors, especially heart and aging specialists, recommend for older adults. These aren't about getting sweaty. They're about helping your heart pump smoother, your joints stay awake, your lungs breathe deeper, and your body rest easier at night. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 simple, effective exercises that people in your stage of life are doing every day, right from their own living rooms, to stay mobile, strong, and more independent. None of these require fancy equipment, but they work. Thousands of older adults have used these same 5 movements to regain balance, lower their blood pressure, and in some cases, even reduce their need for medication. So, before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from today? Drop your city or state in the comments. I always love seeing how far our little health community reaches. Exercise 1. Brisk walking. Let me start here. Walking isn't just better than nothing. It's actually one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your heart after age 60. And no, I'm not talking about racing through a trail or speed walking like in commercial. I mean a steady, brisk pace that gently elevates your heart rate enough that you feel it working but not enough to leave you out of breath. This sweet spot of walking, just 30 minutes a day, has been shown in studies to lower systolic blood pressure by as much as 10 points over time. That's not a minor shift. That's the difference between living in a high-risk zone and stepping into a much safer space for your heart. Best part? No side effects. No complicated prescriptions. Just movement, gentle, daily movement that your body can adapt to with grace. Now maybe you're thinking, but my knees hurt, or I already feel tired before I start. That's real. And you're not alone. Almost everyone I've talked to in their 70s or 80s said getting started was the hardest part. But those who stuck with it, they began to notice their legs didn't drag as much. They slept more soundly. They had more clarity during the day. And at their next doctor visit, their numbers improved. There's also a silent weight most people don't talk about. Stress. As we age, our bodies don't bounce back from stress like they used to. And stress puts pressure, literally, on the heart. Walking outdoors, around the block, or even through a hallway gives your mind a break. It resets your nervous system. And if you do it with someone else, a neighbor, a spouse, or even your dog, it adds something just as essential: connection. Loneliness takes a toll on your heart. Walking gently pushes back on that. You don't need anything fancy to begin. Not even a fitness tracker. Just comfortable shoes and the willingness to take that first step. Whether it's around your home, down your street, or through the nearest hallway, what matters isn't how far you go, but that you go daily. I remember a message from Frank, a 78-year-old former school principal in North Carolina. He started walking the sidewalk behind his apartment building each morning after breakfast. At first, his legs felt like sandbags, and he doubted it was doing anything. But within 2 weeks, he noticed he could stand longer while cooking, and his blood pressure had dipped by several points. His doctor was so impressed, she said, "Keep doing whatever you're doing. That's what steady effort creates." You don't need to prove anything to anyone. But if you've been sitting too long, if you're anxious about your heart, or afraid of doing too much, start with walking. Your body still wants to support you. You just have to give it a reason, and I promise, your heart will respond. Exercise 2. Chair squats. Now, I know the word squat might sound intimidating. Maybe it brings up images of gyms, weights, or exercise classes you've never wanted to join. But chair squats are different. This isn't about building big muscles. It's about helping your heart, improving your circulation, and giving you something far more important: confidence. The simple action of rising from a chair and lowering yourself back down without collapsing into it is one of the most powerful movements for your entire body. Why? Because it wakes up your largest muscles, your thighs and glutes. And those muscles play a hidden but vital role. They act like a second heart, pushing blood upward from your lower body back to your chest. That means your actual heart doesn't have to work as hard to do its job. And when your heart gets that kind of help, your blood pressure can naturally start to come down. That's a major win, without the side effects of medication. After age 70, many people start noticing issues like swollen ankles, tingling in the legs, or just a heavy feeling when sitting too long. That's poor circulation talking. Chair squats gently fight back by keeping the blood moving and the muscles alert. But let's go deeper. There's something we don't talk about enough. Fear. The quiet fear that says, what if I fall and can't get back up? Or what if I lose control? That fear keeps many older adults from moving. And when we stop moving, the body begins to weaken even more. But every time you stand up from a chair without using your arms, you're sending your body and brain a different message. I've still got this. That belief is powerful. And it's often the first step toward breaking the cycle of fear and decline. Even if you can only do a few, it matters. I remember getting a message from Lorraine, an 82-year-old retired librarian in Colorado. She started with just 5 chair squats a day, using her arms to help at first. Her knees made noises. She felt wobbly. But she didn't stop. By her 3rd week, she no longer needed to push off the armrests. She was doing 10 in a row with steady form. Her doctor later told her that her resting heart rate had improved and her circulation was stronger. But Lorraine said the biggest win was that she no longer hesitated before standing up. I trust my legs again, she told me. Here's how you can start. Sit near the edge of a sturdy chair. Feet flat, back upright. Cross your arms over your chest or hold them out straight. Press your heels into the floor and slowly rise to a standing position with control. Pause at the top. Then slowly lower yourself back down. Don't plop. That gentle resistance on the way down is what builds strength. Start with just 3 if you need to. 5 is excellent. The goal isn't how many you do, it's doing them daily. Over time, your legs will feel steadier. You'll feel more rooted, more sure-footed, and maybe most importantly, you'll begin to shake off that fear of what if I can't get up, because you'll know you can. And this is one of those movements that needs no equipment, no mats, no fancy workout gear. Just you, your chair, and a moment of intention. That's it. That's the beauty of it. Accessible strength, available right in your home, whenever you choose. And don't underestimate what that consistency will do for your mind. When you feel stronger in your body, you begin thinking differently about your day. You walk with a little more courage. You approach your tasks with less hesitation. That small shift is what helps people stay independent longer. It's not about chasing youth. It's about preserving the freedom to move through your world with dignity and assurance. And that freedom begins with movements like this. Simple, quiet victories, stacked one on top of the other. So if you're sitting right now, maybe give it a try. Stand up, sit back down with control. And if you can do that, you've already started. Exercise 3, wall push-ups. Let's talk about wall push-ups. Now don't let the word push-up throw you off. This is not the kind of move that requires you to get down on the floor or strain your body like you're back in high school gym class. Wall push-ups are designed specifically for aging joints and sensitive backs. They're safe, smart, and extremely effective. You might be wondering, what do my arms have to do with my heart? Surprisingly, quite a lot. When you activate the muscles in your chest, shoulders, and upper back, your body begins to circulate blood more efficiently. That means your heart doesn't have to work as hard to move oxygen throughout your body. It's like fine-tuning an engine. The smoother it runs, the less pressure it's under. Another benefit: these movements support what doctors call vascular elasticity. That's just a fancy way of saying how stretchy and flexible your blood vessels are. And trust me, that matters. As we get older, our arteries tend to stiffen. Stiff vessels raise your blood pressure and stress your heart. But exercises like wall push-ups help reverse that over time, keeping those vessels more responsive and relaxed. And here's something else you may not have considered: posture. Good posture isn't just about looking upright. It's tied to everything, from how deeply you breathe to how clearly you think. Wall push-ups naturally help open your chest and pull your shoulders back, which improves your breathing and your circulation in one gentle movement. When you stand tall and press into a wall, your lungs expand more fully. You breathe deeper, you take in more oxygen, and many people report feeling more alert and clear-headed just from that small change. It's one of those hidden gifts of movement that adds up over time, especially when done consistently. There's also a deeper emotional shift that often happens. After an illness or surgery, many older adults feel like their body has shrunk, like they've become less of who they once were. But when you can stand tall, push into a wall, and feel your arms support you, it reminds you, I'm still strong. Maybe not in the same way as before, but in a way that still matters. I remember a man named Leonard, 74 years old, from Ohio, who shared something beautiful with us. He had undergone bypass surgery a few years earlier and was hesitant to move much afterward. But his doctor told him to try just 10 wall push-ups a day, so Leonard started doing them while brushing his teeth each morning. At first, he felt silly, but a few weeks later, he noticed something had changed. His balance had improved. His breathing came easier. And during his next visit, his cardiologist reduced one of his blood pressure medications. Leonard said it wasn't just the physical benefits, it was how much more confident he felt moving around. It reminded me I still have power in my body, he said. Want to try? Here's how to do it. Stand about an arm's length from a wall. Place your hands flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Slowly bend your elbows and lean in toward the wall. Keep your body straight, no arching or sagging. Then gently press yourself back to the starting position. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. You don't have to rush. In fact, slower is better. Breathe in as you move toward the wall. Breathe out as you push back. The goal isn't to sweat. It's to wake up those muscles and support your heart in doing its job more efficiently. And because it's so gentle, you can do it multiple times a day. Some people make it part of their morning routine. 10 wall push-ups before coffee. Others do it while waiting for the microwave or during a TV commercial. You'd be amazed at how small habits like this, done regularly, add up to major changes in how you feel, how you move, and even how you sleep. This movement might look simple, but it holds deep power. Every time you press your body away from the wall, you're pushing away weakness, fear, and that old belief that aging has to mean decline. You're reclaiming strength, not with force, but with intention, and that's the kind of strength that lasts. Exercise 4. Leg raises. This next movement may look small from the outside, but inside your body, it's creating powerful changes. Leg raises, whether done sitting, lying down, or standing, help activate the muscles that quietly support your heart every single day. Your legs are more than just for walking. They are the engine that keeps your blood flowing upward, and that's critical for heart health. We don't often think about it, but the biggest muscles in your entire body live in your legs. Your calves, your thighs, your glutes, they all work together to help return blood to your chest where your heart can recirculate it. But as we age, especially when we sit for long periods, that upward flow slows down. Blood starts to pool in the lower body, causing swelling, pressure, and even dangerous clotting in some cases. Leg raises gently reactivate that lower body engine. Whether you're seated in a chair, lying on your bed, or standing at the sink, lifting your legs slowly and with purpose reawakens the muscles that drive circulation. You'll notice improved blood flow, lower blood pressure over time, and even a more steady heart rate. It's like turning on a hidden pump that your body was quietly waiting for you to use. The physical benefits are only part of the story. Leg raises also give you something that's often overlooked: mental reassurance. When you feel strong in your legs, you move with more certainty. You stop questioning whether you can get across the room or make it up the front steps. That steady feeling in your stride helps rebuild the belief that you're still capable and secure in your movements. One woman named Ethel, 81 years old, from Illinois, told us she hadn't walked to her local market alone in over 2 years. She always needed a walker or a firm grip on someone's arm. But after just 3 weeks of daily leg raises done while watching her morning news, she said something shifted. She wasn't leaning on the rail as much. Her steps were more confident. And she told us, "I stopped thinking of myself as fragile." That line stuck with me. That's what this is really about. Not impressing someone else, not doing flashy workouts, but feeling whole in your own body again. When your legs support you, everything else gets easier. Cooking, walking to the mailbox, even sleeping more peacefully at night, because your circulation is active and your muscles are gently worked during the day. Here's how you can start. If you're sitting, sit upright in a firm chair with your feet flat. Slowly lift one leg straight in front of you. No need to raise it too high. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then lower it gently. Switch legs. Repeat this 5 to 10 times per side. If it feels too hard, start with just 3. You're not racing anyone. Your pace is perfect. If you're lying down, lie flat on your back, legs straight. Slowly raise one leg about a foot off the ground. Hold briefly, and lower it again. Then alternate. Make sure you breathe naturally throughout. This position is great before bed or when you wake up. It's easy on the joints and quietly gets things moving before your feet hit the floor. And if you prefer to do them standing, just make sure you're near a counter or wall for balance. Lift one leg out in front of you slowly. Hold it and lower it. Then switch. It's amazing how such a small action can spark such real change inside your body. These movements are perfect for fitting into your daily rhythm, while your tea is steeping, during the weather report, or even before brushing your teeth. They don't take energy away from you, they give it back. And the more often you do them, the more that renewed strength stays with you. Remember, your legs don't need to be fast, they just need to be awake. Muscles thrive on gentle engagement. And every time you lift, hold, and lower your leg with care, you're sending a quiet message to your entire body. We're still going, we're still strong. It's never too late to reawaken your strength. Whether it's been weeks or years since you last felt confident on your feet, your muscles still remember. They just need your invitation to join you again. And once they do, the rest of your body responds with gratitude, from your heart to your head to your spirit. So if you've been avoiding steps, holding the handrail a little too tight, or staying seated more than you'd like, this is where your shift begins. A few slow leg raises a day. No pressure, no judgment, just movement, trust, and the quiet return of strength. Exercise 5. Wall push-ups. Revisited. Yes, we're returning to wall push-ups. And no, it's not a mistake. In fact, we're revisiting them because they're that important. Earlier, we looked at them as a strength-building tool. Now, I want you to see them as something even more powerful. A full-body, full-heart daily ritual that supports your posture, your breathing, your circulation, and your mindset. Here's the truth. Most people over 60 don't want to get down on the floor for traditional push-ups. And frankly, many shouldn't. Floor push-ups can strain your wrists, shoulders, and back in ways that do more harm than good. But wall push-ups, they give you all the benefits of upper body strength without any of the risk. That's why Dr. Lee and other heart specialists across the United States often recommend them to patients recovering from cardiac events or managing blood pressure concerns. Every time you press into that wall, you're waking up your chest, shoulders, and upper back, the muscles that support healthy blood flow and oxygen exchange. Strengthen those areas even slightly, and your heart doesn't have to push quite as hard. That means more stable energy during the day, less strain on your arteries, and better endurance when doing everyday things like carrying groceries or climbing stairs. Let's talk about posture again. As the years pass, many people start to feel like they're folding in on themselves. Shoulders slouch forward, breathing becomes shallow, and with that comes fatigue, brain fog, and even digestive trouble. Wall push-ups gently reverse that. When you press away from the wall, your chest opens, your shoulders align, and you start to breathe deeper again. It's a subtle correction, but it ripples through your entire body. I think about someone named Harold, age 74, from Kentucky. When he first heard about wall push-ups, he laughed. He told me they sound too easy to do anything, but he agreed to try them anyway. 10 reps in the morning while waiting for the coffee to brew. 3 weeks later, he sent a message that said, "I carry my groceries without stopping now. I breathe deeper. I don't feel like I'm folding into myself anymore." That wasn't a miracle. That was muscle memory, oxygen, habit, quietly working together. So, here's a quick refresher. Stand 1 arm's length away from a wall. Hands flat at shoulder level, shoulder width apart. Slowly lean in by bending your elbows, keeping your back straight. Pause when your face nears the wall, then press yourself back out. Try 10 repetitions. Inhale as you move in. Exhale as you push away. No rushing. Just smooth, steady effort. Here's a tip that's helped many people stay consistent. Attach this movement to an everyday task. Do 10 wall push-ups while brushing your teeth, or while waiting for the kettle. When it's part of your routine, it doesn't feel like exercise. It just feels like living a little smarter, a little stronger, a little more on your terms. Because that's what this is all about. Not proving anything. Not chasing youth, but showing up for your own body in the most respectful and kind way. These simple moves, done steadily, are acts of self-respect, and they whisper to your heart, your brain, your joints, "I'm still here, I'm still capable." Getting older doesn't mean giving up. It means shifting how we care for ourselves. The 5 movements we've covered, walking, chair squats, wall push-ups, leg raises, and yes, wall push-ups again, aren't just exercises, they're invitations. Invitations to return to your body, to remind yourself that strength is still possible, that safety, stability, and vitality are not out of reach. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy clothes or apps or weights. You just need a chair, a wall, and a little willingness. A few minutes a day, that's it. That's where it starts. That's how real lasting change begins. Not with force, but with compassion and consistency. Your body is listening to how you treat it. When you show up for it, it shows up for you with steadier steps, calmer breath, and a heart that doesn't have to fight so hard to keep you going. That's the reward for even the smallest effort. So here's a question just for you. Which of these 5 movements are you already doing? And which one are you ready to start today? Even if it's just one, that's already more than nothing. That's momentum. That's a beginning. And beginnings matter more than we realize. Leave a comment below. Tell us which exercise resonated with you most, or what changes you've noticed since starting. Your story might be the one that encourages someone else to take their first step. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. It helps us keep making this kind of honest, supportive content just for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking care of yourself in a world that so often forgets how strong you truly are. One breath, one step, one simple motion at a time, we move forward, together. We'll see you in the next video.